Hello and welcome to episode 49 of Unemployed to Unstoppable. It's time to put the disappointment of the playoffs behind us and get on with a fantastic transfer window. Just to keep you in the loop before we get into the rest of any signings, we have done a little bit of transfer business in the term of loans. So we've signed Alex Lowry from Rangers on a free transfer. He was previously scouted and he's got Premier League potential. So we brought him in as a squad player in midfield. Got Roger Rogerson, so good they named him twice, on loan from Leeds. He's a deep line playmaker, plays in the middle of the park. We've got Matthew Reid, he's on loan from Leicester, again another centre midfielder, really good stats, currently a championship player with Premier League potential. And we've got Paulo Roca as a winger on the right hand side, which was a bit of a weak area for us last season, so this is a massive improvement. Again, current ability championship with the potential of being a Premier League player. So that's where we are so far. Plenty more to do. We're going to unload some of the squad players. We're going to make some more signings. There's a room for one more loan player. There's some transfer and wage budget available. So let us make it a transfer window to remember. Stay tuned. And welcome back. So before we do any further signings, we do the usual thing. We skip towards the start of July. But while we're here, we'll look at the loan players coming back from last season. So some really promising players coming there. None of them really reaching in terms of current ability. Perhaps Pat Clayton and Jimmy Lunger. James Connolly is an outside chance. They've played a lot of games. They've got some good ratings. So we'll see if we can integrate them back into this squad. Probably as backup players, allowing us to free up extra wage budget for first team players. These are the players we're kind of at the minute looking at letting go. I'm probably going to let the majority of them go. Probably extend Murray Wallace for one more year because he's a good player. We'll probably force ourselves into getting a new keeper and let Connor Ripley go. Josh Murphy, he's the one I'm unsure of. He's on quite a lot of wages. He didn't really live up to expectations, so yeah, I'm not sure. Might let him go as well. And then, as always, we'll get the backroom staff sorted out and youth contracts. We will release most of them as well. In fact, I'm going to let Howcroft go as well. So squad-wise, that's how big this squad currently is. I mean, we've got more loan players than we should have, but Mags, Cavan Williams, Yagney and Awi will all disappear shortly. The rest of them are here for the next season. So I'll click through. I'll wait till our players have been released. I'll have a look at what players are released from Premier League clubs and we'll see what we can do in terms of getting the current ability status up and increasing this potential. That's what's key, is making sure our players have the potential to play in the next league. So stay tuned and I'll be back once we're on the 1st of July. So here we go. I've got to the 1st of July. The contracts are up. The loan players have returned. So that's our squad as we currently look at it. Perhaps I've thinned us down a little bit too far. I don't think so. I think we'll be able to cope. It'll certainly free up some funding and some wage budget for some much better players coming in. As you can see, we've kept what I would call the cream of the crop, the better players in amongst the squad. The only ones I would maybe still let go is Paul Smith. We'll have a quick look at who's come back loan-wise in the under-23 squad that might be able to make the grade in the first team. So, again, you've got Callum Murray. I think he's good enough. Jimmy Lunger, I think he's probably all right as well. As we look to just fill out the squad. And then I think James Connolly is a bit of a support player on that right-hand wing. Would probably also be a shrewd move. Pat Clayton might need one more season out on loan. We'll have a look, see how we get on in the transfer window. Just have a quick peek at where we are in terms of squad depth, because we have made some dramatic changes and we need to make sure we can replace that. So again, up front we've got Sean Dunn. We will look to bring someone else in up front. We've got Alexander as a backup player. On the left, we need a new replacement. On the right hand side, we've got Rockers coming as kind of the first choice right winger. Got Rogerson, Atiba and Reid in the middle of the park, who are all high standard players. Got Palmer, Wallace, Johnson and McNamara at the back, and we need one really good goalkeeper and one youth prospect goalkeeper. So a bit of work to do in the transfer window. We are just about to get to players released by Premier League clubs. If I click forward, you should see them all. So there we go. Clubs in England release players. I'll have a sift through these now, see who's available. A mixture of first team elder players and some of the youngsters as well, and we'll see what we can do to strengthen the squad and put us in the best position for challenging for promotion. So I'll assess these, I'll get some players in on trial, and I'll update you in the future. And welcome back. So a quick update on the progress during the transfer window. What we've done is we've promoted Sam Blair from the youth squad as a backup goalkeeper. We've signed Mike Cooper in as a first choice keeper. Came in a relatively small transfer fee. He will be our first choice keeper at the start of the season. John Sack, again, we've got in a relatively small transfer fee paid for him. A 21-year-old centre-back. He comes in as a bit of a backup / first team player. Again, Callum Murray, he's been brought back from loan last season, promoted to the first team. He looks like he's going to be quite a player once he develops a little bit further. Jerry Hitchcock, again, another one of our youths we've bought previously. Again, promote him as backup at left back to the first team. Then as we move down, obviously you've seen Alex Lowry. He was signed on a free transfer to bolster the midfield options. We've also brought in Roger Rogerson, who's going to sit there as a kind of a deep line playmaker, although he might not always play that role. Matthew Reed, again, another centre midfielder on loan from Leicester. Paolo Rocco, we've seen again before on the right wing. But we've promoted James Connolly from the youth team again as backup on that right hand wing, just for when Rocco's not available. And Andre Dorr, we've just got in as a second striker from Tottenham so that we can play the same formation as last season. We weren't able to get Mags back, but we've got him back. Now, current development that's ongoing is Jimmy Lunga, who I promoted from the team as a backup option up front. We got a couple 1.6 million offers for him, which I turned down because he's got a lot of potential. But what's happened is the Premier League teams have come back and bid 9.75 million for him. So should that transfer go through, there will be a bit more business to do before the window shuts. I'll keep you posted if and when that transfer goes through. Otherwise, I'll click through to the first game of the season and we will see how this squad gets on. In terms of the press preview, they've got us down as 33-1. So last season we were 150-1. We managed to finish 4th. We've managed to get 33-1. So the transfers have worked. Sending players out on loan and bringing them back's worked. So I think we're looking like we've got a reasonably strong squad in terms of first team. The only weak areas I would say is that left wing where Smith, who never got many games last season's in there. But if we get a transfer fee for Lunga, we will look to dip into the market and fill that position. So if nothing else happens, I will see you for the Blackburn Rovers away game to kick off the season. I'll see you shortly. And probably the final update to the transfer window before the first game of the season. Lunga has left. He went for 9.75 million, so that's freed us up some transfer budget and wage budget. So we've currently got Ellery Balcom in on trial as a goalkeeper to see if he's going to be any good. So we've offered him a trial. He's not accepted yet, but when he comes in, we'll assess his rating and his ability. Jeremy Rodriguez has become available on a very cheap transfer with a lot of potential at left back, so we're probably going to try and get him in his cover if we can secure him. We have been hampered massively in the transfer window by players going to other clubs. And finally, Ryan Fraser has become available to try and fill that attacking midfield left-hand role. So again, we've put in a bid for him, but like most transfers we've had this season, we may get pipped to the post at the last minute. Into the first game of the season then, that's what we're looking at doing. So a box-to-box midfielder and a centre midfielder. We used to just kind of play ball winning, so we'll try and see how we get on. A couple debuts in the squad. Not sure if that is our actual first team or not. Let's see, here we go. Why is Dorr not registered? I'll just make sure he is registered because I think that'll affect the team that starts. Just go back because that was already got Mike Cooper. So yeah, that'll affect the team that starts. So yeah, as I thought, Daw and Dunn will be in. Rocker. So it's Daw, Rocker, Reed, Rogerson, Shaq, and Cooper all making their debuts. With Lowry on the bench as well and Blair. So we will see how we get on the first game of the season away at Blackburn. And hopefully we can start the season like we did last year. Just get into the changing room and give him a little bit of a morale boost to start the game. We have got a few high caliber players in this year. Joe Maggs did become available in the transfer window. He's currently been listed by Sheffield United, but he's listed for 9.5 million, which we just don't have at this current time. So unless any of our other players move for a high fee, it's unlikely we'll be able to go for him. There we go, Rocker with a throw in, flicked on. Gets knocked away and Blackburn have a chance to counter. Great tackle by Palmer Brown. Shaq, Palmer Brown, Johnson. Flicked up to Dunn, onto Rogerson, into Dunn. And there we go, first goal of the season goes to Sean Dunn. The evergreen, the ever reliable. He wasn't top scorer last season. Maggs pipped him to it, but he's hit the ground running this season, and long may it continue, because I think if he develops a little bit further, we've got a really good squad on our hand this year. We've done really well in the loan market, unlike last season where we ended up taking a couple players in that weren't quite ready. Yagni was one of those. Howie wasn't quite a first choice, he was more of a rotational centre-back. But this season, Daw, Reed, Rogerson, they're all fantastic. Rocker as well, they're all first team players. They've come in with some tremendous stats from Premier League clubs already at championship level, so they should be able to make a solid impact right from the word go. Blackburn with a throw into the end of the area, Gutierrez. Oh, and they've hit the crossbar and managed to get it clear, so a bit of a scare. 15 minutes in, 1-0 up. Just need to keep an eye on things. Rogerson having a good game in midfield. Then playing good up front. That's probably because of the assist and goal scored. Another chance to Blackburn on their right-hand wing. Into Neves. So, I mean, it looks like they're going to have a few good players again. Dunn picks up the ball, plays it to Rogerson. He plays it through to Daw. First chance for him. Oh, and it's just been a bit wide. He probably should have hit the back of the net, but he's got such good stats on him, Daw. I don't think it'll be long before he gets some goals. I'm actually surprised we were able to get him in on loan from Tottenham. He's certainly going to be pivotal in anything we do this season. Throwing down the right then with Rocker. McNamara, Rocker delivers into the box to Daw. And there we go. He's got a goal on his debut. Assist from Rocker on the right-hand side. And we are 2-0 up in the first game of the season. So it's looking promising from the outset that the transfer window has been a success. And again, let me know in the comment section what you think of the transfers. The only thing I might say I maybe did wrong was let Ripley go. I probably should have extended his contract and got a replacement keeper in before he left the club. I wanted to force myself into replacing him because I did suggest the season before we were and we didn't. And I think if I'd have kept him, I was ever reliant on him staying and bailing me out. So we'll see. If we get this keeper in on trial, he may be of a higher calibre. We may be able to sign him. Chance of Blackburn then just gone wide. Try not to let them get too much of a foothold in the game. 26 minutes gone. They've got a corner. And yeah, Lenihan's got the goal. So they have been threatening Blackburn. 2-1. Just have a quick look at the shots on target. The ratio, the stats between the two teams are quite close at the minute. Blackburn a good side. They've just been relegated the previous season, so we've just got to make sure we try and keep our noses in front. Again, like last season, it's early points that are crucial. We need to build and build and build early on in the season. So if we get to the January transfer window and we're there or thereabouts, we've got a chance to strengthen and maybe push on for the second half of the season. Lenihan's looking like he's one of their better players. I thought we'd just nick the ball away for a counter there, but it didn't break our way. Blackburn playing the ball around. They've got into Jack for it, and he's So it's a shame we were 2-0 up, kind of let it slip. Just have to have a look and see where that kind of fall's coming from. Rogerson's having a good game. Reed's not so much, but it's not a terrible game. 6.5 is good. Just let that kind of lead slip. The impetus has come out of the game. Atiba playing on that left-hand side. And again, that is a weak area that we need to fill. If we can get Ryan Fraser in to play on the inside forward left-hand role, I think, again, it only strengthens our team and we would have quite a fantastic front line. We did try and get Wilfried Zaha, but Coventry were a more attractive offer than we were, apparently, and that's where he went. So it's been a frustrating in many ways transfer window, but I think overall we're better off than where we were earlier on in the season. Looks like we're Dunn gets a chance to slip someone in. McNamara breaking down the right hand side into Dunn again. Back to McNamara into Rocher. Again, he's got a goal on his debut as well. So we've let them get back in the game, but we've got the firepower to put ourselves back in front. So let's see if we can hold on to it this time. And again, he's another player with fantastic stats, and how we've got a hold of him, I'm not really too sure. But I'm really buzzed about our squad this season, more so than last season. The loans we had last year, we got players out, have really paid off. I mean, if you take even just Jimmy Lunga in isolation, we had a player with a lot of promise. We put him out on loan. He scored a lot of goals. He got better. And Premier League clubs have played 9.75 million for him, which for a club like Millwall is huge. It gives us such a boost to signing new players, expanding the wage budget, and gives us so many options. Cooper with his safe hands. Again, a bit of a dodgy kick. Atiba picks it up on the inside forward left roll, chance to play somebody in. He's gone himself, but he's put it straight at the keeper. Promising though. It's all promising. Atiba not having a great game. Reed not having a great game. It might be a chance to let Lowry on for his debut. We'll just take Reed off. Get Lowry on, who's a bit defensive minded. See if he can just shore us up a little bit in the middle of the park. Cooper then with the ball. Plays it out wide to Rocker into Rogerson. Out to Rocker again. Down the right hand wing. Can he beat his man? He can't, but it's Brook to McNamara. Into Reed, Rogerson, Dorr. Good little passing interchange into Johnson. But again, he can't quite hit the target. So, but then little passing moves we've got in the middle of the park have been working out pretty well. Throwing on the left hand side with Rocker again to Johnson. Can he deliver from the left this side? Yes, he can. Breaks to Lowry. See if first time we see him on the ball. He goes back to Shaq. Into Dorr's drop deep. Johnson, Atiba, Dorr, Lowry, Rogerson, Rocker, and he's got his second goal. So again, we've got our 2-goal lead back. Some of the new players have been fantastic. In terms of first game of the season so far, it's looking pretty good. Keeper's playing well, despite him not having a championship rating at the minute. He's doing pretty good in goals. Morale is looking pretty high. Hopefully this time we can keep our 2-goal lead and stay out. As I say that, they get a corner for Blackburn. And Burnett just scored. So this is going to be one of them seasons, I think, where we give as good as we get, but it's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. Aragon then, 4-3. Great spectacle for the fans. Not a great spectacle for me. And I'll be constantly nervous that we're going to let this slip in some way. 15 shots, 8 on target. XG 1.61. So we're looking pretty good. That 20 shots per game ratio is normally where I kind of aim to be in terms of creation. Done with the ball now. Dorr plays down to Rocker again. Can he create from the right? In it goes. It's headed clear and Blackburn have a chance to break. They've played it into Jack, who scored already. But good save from Cooper. Corner to Blackburn. They've been dangerous from these. Neves chucks it in. Palmer Brown gets it away. McNamara gets it away. Yeah, he's offside. And these are the games that really make you nervous because all it takes is penalty or a breakaway on the counter, and you've lost some valuable points. 70 minutes gone then. It's been a game of a lot of chances. It's certainly been an exciting match. 15 minutes to go. Blackburn with another throw-in down their right-hand side. It's their time to assert their dominance. And they just put it wide. It could have easily been a goal. That was pinging about the box there. Again, Blackburn with another opportunity. Although Dawes managed to snatch it. He's played it forward to Dunn. Can he finish? Oh, he's hit the post. 30 minutes to go now. Really good performance from the players. Throw in for us down the right hand side. Into Rocker. Plays it over the top to Dunn on a break. Gets it to Lowry. Plays it through to Dunn. Another opportunity. Oh, what a tackle that was. Again, if we could have got 2-goal lead again there, I don't think they would have been able to nick it back that time. As we approach the final 10 minutes. Rocker looks like he's tired. A bit reluctant to take him off. We've already got players playing out of position. I'm not sure Abdelmalek can play on the right hand wing. Blackburn with a chance. Managed to get another break by Dunn. He's turned his man. Got a man over in the middle if you can find him. Nearly beat his man again. In it goes. And again, it's come out the other side, so we just can't get that goal to restore the lead. Atibo's got the ball now. Johnson down the left wing. It goes over to Daw again. Flicks it past the keeper. And we restore the 2-goal lead, going 5-3 up away at Blackburn. And surely with 4 minutes to go, the points have got to be in the bag. So 2 for Daw, 2 for Rocker. Team's performance has been magnificent. Opening game of the season. What we'll do is we'll get Rocker off for Abdelmalek now to try and save his legs for the next match. Into injury time. And we're just waiting on the final whistle. They'll certainly be getting a pat on the back after this one. Must be, come on. There's all this Fergie time coming through. Yeah, absolutely great, magnificent match. Debuts from Daw, fantastic. Rogerson, Shaq, Cooper, all core up the spine of the team. Really exciting game. Fantastic. So once again, thanks for watching. Hopefully you agree it's been a fantastic transfer window. I'll play through the next few games and we'll bring you back later in the season. This may be the last season we do on this save with FM22 coming out fully on the 9th of November, where we'll start the next non-league to legend on the new version. But yeah, if you like what we've seen, stick a thumbs up on the video and don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you don't miss out on any further matches. See you soon. Take care. Goodbye.